Hello fellow mutants, welcome back to another video and I'm joined by Nemo's head. Just by now, he's actually laying down by me. And in this video we're going to talk about how Luke Skywalker proves that he is better than both Qui-Gon Jinn and Obi-Wan Kenobi. So let's give this a read, shall we? The following article contains spoilers for Star Wars issue number 28, now on sale from Marvel. Okay. There will always be a heated debate among Star Wars fans regarding who is the best Jedi ever. Many point to Yoda for experience and wisdom, while others believe Qui-Gon Jinn holds to the top spot. Some think the latter apprentice Obi-Wan, especially after his solo Disney Plus series. After all, the Skywalker legacy came to fruition because of him. True. Another name that will always be tossed in the head, of course, is Luke Skywalker. Luke Skywalker is also my favorite Jedi. So I kind of have a bias in this. Like, Luke Skywalker's my favorite Jedi, so of course I'm going to say, yes, Luke Skywalker is more of a badass Jedi than Qui-Gon and Obi-Wan and Yoda. I can admit that I have a bias. Anyways, let's read. Luke Skywalker went on to become a legend, mentoring Rey to put the end to Palpatine's reign in the galaxy. But while not definitive answer was really given prior to this issue, Star Wars issue number 28 has at least cleared things up a bit, affirming that Luke is better than Qui-Gon and Obi-Wan in many ways. So the first part is Luke Skywalker doesn't always need a lightsaber. Issue number 28 focuses on Luke just before Return of the Jedi as he impersonates an Imperial officer. He sneaks into Coruscant to get some Crimson Dawn operatives out, unaware they have details on the second Death Star. However, Luke, clad in all black, tells the rebels to keep his lightsaber before he heads off. He's strong without it, and doesn't need to draw attention to himself, as there's bounty out for the lone Jedi in the galaxy. In fact, Luke's not panicking at all, confident without his blade. I think Qui-Gon felt comfortable without his blade at times, or could have been. I don't really know that much about Qui-Gon, so I can't really make an argument for Qui-Gon. Obi-Wan is a somewhat different story. I don't think he will be as confident as Luke. So, yeah. Anyways, this is way different from how the issue number 25 had Obi-Wan telling Anakin in their training sessions decades prior how Jedi often flashed lightsabers, not to intimidate, but so they kept the peace and were sentinels of liberty. To that point, they come off more friendly than sentries with guns, but still, it's way many business meetings turned into aggressive negotiations. No matter what, the saber is a mark of war. And that is true. We even hear Obi-Wan telling Anakin in Attack of the Clones that this weapon is your life. You guys can fact check that? Can fact check that by going to Attack of the Clones, and right before Anakin goes into that bar on Coruscant, he meets up with Obi-Wan, and Obi-Wan gives Anakin Anakin's lightsaber back, saying, "Be more mindful. This weapon's your life." I might be paraphrasing a bit, but that's what Obi-Wan says. This weapon's your life. With that said, Luke is secretly an animal whisperer. Apart from being at ease without his weapon, Luke shows a connection to the Force that the others don't. He rescues the operatives by tapping into the Force and calling for lizard-like monsters to attack the Empire's lackeys in the sewers. Luke is all smiles as he flees, showing prowess that Yoda could be proud of. Rather than heal or pacify the beings, Luke weaponizes them, channeling the mysterious mystical nature of the Force. This makes him an unpredictable Jedi. Kind of like Anakin, because we even hear Yoda in the Clone Wars saying that Anakin is kind of unpredictable, which can be a good thing and a bad thing for his allies and enemies alike. But I feel like with Luke is unpredictable in a better way than Anakin in terms of he is kind of unpredictable towards his enemies, not so much of his friends. So I think Luke does the unpredictability in a safer way than Anakin did, in my opinion. Anyways, and yes, that's just my comparison to those two. Anyways, this kind of power fans didn't see from the Jedi Master is subtle, silent, and makes Luke a comfort agent who doesn't need to flash his blade in the dark and risk making himself an easy target. This compounds how versatile Luke is in terms of military strategy, putting the older generation to shame. And I feel like the Jedi of the Clone Wars, or the prequels, I should say, was more close-minded than Luke Skywalker was, because I feel like Luke Skywalker was more open-minded. Well, up until I guess the sequel trilogy, for the most part, I guess. But Luke Skywalker, for overall, I feel like has been more open-minded than the Jedi that came before him, if that makes sense. And which is why, in many ways, Luke is a better Jedi, not only than Qui-Gon and Obi-Wan, but like I said, the Jedi of the prequel era, and potentially the High Republic era, which I haven't read any of the High Republic books, so I can't say the High Republic era Jedi for certain, but I would guess Luke is naturally better than the Jedi of the High Republic era, because I would think the Jedi of the High Republic era thinks similarly to the Jedi of the prequels. I would think. But with that said, what do you guys think about this article? Let me know in the comment section down below. And yes, I will have this article in the pinned comments down below. So if you guys, you beautiful people, want to read this article, you guys can. With that said, love you guys. Have a wonderful day. Be kind to one another. And I'll talk to you fellow mutants later. Later, taters.